you on the eve of destruction. It don't take no Einstein to figure out that. Well, you've been peeping and hiding, slipping and sliding, living in vain, selling that crack, and that's a natural fact. Well, I'm gonna get you sucker, dirty mother.
Don't you say that.
I'm gonna teach you the crime, just don't pay. I'm gonna get you sucker, dirty mother.
Don't you say that.
I'm gonna steal your case till I put you away.
Mike Montez, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. This is JCS, the owner, founder, ruler, grand poobah of OCW and subsidiaries. Listener discretion is strongly advised. If you got a weak stomach, you should probably change the channel right now. If you see a little button somewhere that says subscribe, you should hit that son of a bitch right now. Even if you're like, what is I'm listening to? I don't understand. This dude's cry of his goddamn mind. You should still hit subscribe because you never know what you're going to hear and or see. You never know. It might just be... might be the best thing you ever did in your entire life, or it might be the worst thing you ever did in your entire life. It's really entirely up to you. I'm not going to tell you to live your life. You do what you want to do with yourself. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. And again, hit the likes button, the subscribe button, hit any button you see. Fuck it. Knock yourself out. So yeah, here's a general rule of thumb when it comes to me. Now I come home from work, take a nice warm shower, or if they're not giving hot water, cold shock protein shower, eat dinner, and then be about my business. So it seems that all of my brilliance occurs in the shower. My thoughts are clear. My tongue is silver. And I'm like a goddamn reverend on the ones and twos on the wheels of steel. But as soon as I turn on the mixer, as soon as I plug in the microphone, as soon as I start the recording program, my brain goes blacker than something that goes blank. Like, I don't know, maybe them shitty ass phones that you put in the x-ray machine and they just die. Maybe it's one of them track phone joints. You don't know about that, 1994. Or was it 6? I don't fucking know. Anyway, a couple things. First and foremost, I'm very, very, very apologetic for the Friday video. I'm the Friday video, Jesus Christ. Yeah, anyway. I'm very sorry for a Saturday video. If you're a member of OCW, you would know that for the past, 8, 9 years, I always do a video about we're closing down Shop Hoot on April 1st. And sometimes people believe me. Most times they don't. Usually the rookies are like, oh no. But everyone else is like, stop it, stupid. And I figured that, like, I have to top myself. I got to do it. And I've been toying with the idea of putting my mug on YouTube, but I might want to do shout out to Jack Mo. Please fix your XPR, your F.P.R. Goddamn, please fix it, please. Shout out to Jack Mo. Like he got Lucha mask, and I was like, yo, bruh, I want to do that. Like, I got your blessing. He was like, technically, I don't need his blessing. Like, plenty of people use masks, but the point is, I never got around to get a Lucha mask because when I decided to purchase one, at like $30 shipping. And if a mask is like $5, $10, I don't want to spend $30 on shipping from Mexico. I'll fucking go with it myself and just have them toss it over the goddamn border or the wall or whatever the hell they're building over there. So suffice to say, I needed something to top, to make it authentic, to make it feel real. And my best guess was to use space. My webcam, which I rarely ever use, has this little feature where it cuts out the background. So I did that. I put space because I don't know. I felt like it was a good idea. And rather than, I don't know what it was, but I decided to just put on a do-rag over my face and not realizing that I do look like the lay kind of shit. So egg on my face for that. I apologize for anyone who took it serious because there was a few people who legitimately took it serious. That's my bad. And as expected, the memes. Good God, the memes. And even till today, that's what happens, OCW is fucking meme central. And most of them are funny. This one is funny. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I don't know what else to say. I thought I had a good idea. I thought it was a great idea. And then next thing you know, I'm in fucking memory.tv video. So, that's what I get. So again, my bad, y'all. All right, a couple things to talk about, and then we get out of here. We got a lot to talk about, actually, so let's get it on. And I'm sure I'm repeating myself because, again, I'm a couple shades deep, so I apologize. First and foremost, when it comes to alts, this is a question that some people have been posing, and there's been some conversations regarding alternative characters. For those of you who don't know, an alt is basically, think of OCW as a weird kind of Dungeons and Dragons for wrestling nerds kind of thing, or an MMO. And I like MMO, maybe like Phantasy Star Online. Anyway, the point is you make a character, and that character is your main character. And you go through the trials and tribulation of OCW, you know, the windfalls and the downfalls, and that's your story. There's no leveling. It's all kind of like, well, technically it's vertical. Like if you achieve a championship, I guess that would be considered a vertical movement. But for the most part, OCW is pretty lateral in that sense, progression-wise. It really is what you feel progression would be. Whatever, you know, is progression to you, rather. So in MMOs, a lot of people, I used to be a victim of this from my EverQuest days. That's how old I am. Old as fuck. Would just make, you know, you like the game, but you just make, I want to do this. So in my case, I was like, my first character was a wizard, and then I made a mage, and then I got really good with a Shadow Knight, and then I wound up having a necromancer, and then I had a druid, and it's like, next thing you know, you got like 7 or 8 characters. You're not really focusing on one of them, and your highest character still isn't max level. So I say that, to say this. The same, to an extent, can kind of exist in OCW when, especially if you're a rookie. Please don't start with the Discord shit. Who the fuck is Discording me right now? Oh, well, let me just close that Discord. And yes, yes, Basil Geesees is easy peasy one-on-one, except for me because I'm fucking just hit high rank hunter. Anyway, so yeah, where was I? What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, God damn it, the phone now too. Jesus Christ, no, motherfucker. Anyway, so. The issue I'm seeing is a lot of discussion regarding rookies and alternative characters. I know somebody was like, "Can we have it that rookies can't have alternative characters?" Now, let's look at this in two perspectives. On the first perspective, I can understand why some people would want rookies to focus on one character because, when you get to OCW, it's work. You got to put in some work to get where you want to get to, unless you have some kind of weird happenstance or you're incredibly talented or whatever, you know, it still takes some time. So as a rookie, that requires a lot of effort and work. So when you create an alternate character, that kind of dilutes that effort because now you're spreading it into two phases in some aspect. On the other side, in certain instances, an alt would actually be a good idea. Like if someone is exponentially creative and they have lots of avenues to go through, an alternate character can provide them with a supplemental, lore or build-up for their main character in addition to helping other people in OCW, other characters and other interactions and handlers, etc. One example I can give would be Genevieve, I don't fucking know, Italian. It's an Italian. She's Italian. I don't care. Anyway, so yeah, that's Capo's lady. So in this instance, I kind of get it. Especially when it comes to the female alts, because we actually have 2 folks who are mainly female mains. So without these supplemental female alts, they're really just going to wind up feuding with each other. Now, in days past, we'd be like, just make a male character, dude. But it's not, 2006 anymore. There's actually a women's division, and it's, it is what it is. It's doing pretty good, and it's interesting. That sounded really disingenuous, but I actually meant it. It's just I don't really know how to phrase it properly. So in that instance, I can understand why one would want to have an alternate character, but I can also get how it kind of dilutes the brand because here's what I say, though. Unless it's your main character, it doesn't get priority, and you shouldn't expect it to get priority because there's still so many slots. Like it really is difficult to quantify just how much talent we have on this fucking roster, bruh. Like, there's a lot of fucking talent. It doesn't matter if it's PS4 or Xbox One. There's talent to spare in many instances. Like, this is not just like, 2 hoots and 7,000 alts. This is not just Capo and and B17 and CJ and a bunch of alts. It's not just me playing 9 million fucking characters like a weirdo. I don't even play the goddamn game. I'd probably quit if I had to. I couldn't deal with you motherfuckers. You're terrible people. Just ugh. Fuck that. It's so, the thing is, your main character, that's the one who gets the priority. So when someone goes, oh, how come this character wasn't booked? Why the fuck you think? Because that's an alternate character, man. Now, when it comes to veterans, or like OGs as I call them, like the legends usually, they actually have a tiered structure when it comes to their alternate characters. They have like an enhancement character, which usually get booked, you know, depending on their tolerance of the game at the time. And that character's job is to go 50%, 75%. And if you can't get it done, that's on you. Then they have their actually alternate character, which is a secondary character they also choose to play and write and world build with. That character's going 100, 120 at all times, but that's the secondary supplemental character. And then they have their main character, which is either a legend or a high-ranking veteran or whoever the hell it is. So, in that aspect, that makes sense because they actually earn those extra character slots or whatever. When it comes to a rookie, my thing would be stick to your main. But again, I'm not in that 2006 mode where I'm like, yo, do what I say, not as I do. You do what you want. I don't care, but don't expect to get the same privileges and rights as your main character, because to me, your main character is the main priority for you. You have to get that guy over, because the thing is, there's not many people. There's people who are succeeding. I'll give you that, and I'll admit that. But you're not really truly, I guess the word is, over. You know, this thing can like change in the blink of an eye, but you're making progress. So by having an alternate character, a lot of times you can dilute that because your energy gets split. So in closing, I don't really know how I feel about this. I would suggest stick to your main character and use your alternate character supplementally and as needed. But expect and know that it's not going to get any kind of full-time priority until you reach that like next apex or hill or mountain or whatever the fuck you want to call it, at which point we can reevaluate that on a different basis. I mean, you'll it's kind of hard to quantify or explain, but you'll know it when it happens. A good example of that would be Nate Ortiz when he was gone for all these years, and he came back. Rather than have Nate Ortiz, he came back as Tobin Frost, who at one point we considered was an alt, but it wound up becoming a main character. And that guy had his own angles, his own feuds, his own whatever, and eventually he became fucking twice or two or single time champion or whatever. Some kind of weird achievement. So congratulations, Nate. Always the best. Always the best. So yeah, that's where we're at with alt. So I don't know. Discuss it on the Discord if you would like. Next on the docket or the list or whatever, Road to Glory. I want to say from the bottom of my goddamn heart, first and foremost, I apologize again for the whole spiel about oh man, I'm gonna need some of your people ain't. Sometimes I gotta do that just to see where people's heads at. So let me explain this also from a pay-per-view perspective, and hopefully it can make some sense to you rookies. Generally speaking, you have your Riot and you have your Turmoils, and again, you guys are encouraged to go. Doesn't matter if you're Xbox One or PS4, you're encouraged to go to different shows and put the content where you think it needs to be, and especially if you need more content or more time to build. So you have 2 instances a week to build something. So you do your work for 2 weeks, not for 2 weeks, but on 2 shows consistently, and then when you get to the pay-per-view, nothing. So what I say to that is, go at your own pace. Again, I always we actually had this conversation with shout out to Valk. Valk was like that, as a non-native speaker, that it takes him, her, or I don't know the gender, so I'll just leave it at them. It takes them like 2 hours to do a promo. That's no good. You can't maintain that. That's something we'll discuss a little bit later if I can remember. Probably not. But what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah. So the consensus being that, especially with the viewing party and the energy that we have during pay-per-views, that's when you will get the most eyes on your particular content and or product. Bar none. You'll get both I was going to say Raw and SmackDown. You'll get both Riot and Turmoil on you, and you'll get that conversation on you. So it would behoove you to at least have something for the pay-per-view. Especially if you're booked. If you're booked, that's more than the better place. Wow, that doesn't make any sense. That's the best place to get whatever you got going. Especially if you want to kick off a feud, nothing's better than the pay-per-view. So take that into consideration. Now, I don't expect you all to just start throwing fucking role plays at me. Please don't. I like the way the shows work. Sometimes the shows are a little small, a little medium, And then sometimes you guys go insane, and I don't like the insanity. It's kind of crazy. It's a delicate balance, motions and wheels and gears and in motion, all that good stuff. So yeah, so what always happens when it comes to pay-per-views, I'll always grumble, and then I'm like, oh, ain't shit. These motherfuckers ain't doing shit. I ain't gonna chase you guys. I ain't gonna pay. I ain't gonna go on no book face. I ain't gonna go on no Discord, on the forum, on the shout box, on the MSN Messenger, the AIM, the book, whatever. I said book face, on Tumblr or Twitter or Gab or Reddit, and be like, yeah, I need to do content. Nah, I get all up in my feelings, and then when it's time to go, it's like, oh shit, I don't even know why I was mad. And same shit. It generally always happens, but you know, it's a nice problem to have. So again, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate people who took me up on it. Like, oh, word. I was like, oh shit, I fucked up. Because then they just started coming like, oof, craziness. So again, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And yeah, that we have deadlines for a reason. Don't be late. And I know you're not. Who the fuck was it? Damn, there was someone who was like on some slick shit, and I can't remember who the fuck it was. You lucky. I should just go check the form, but I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna bother with that shit. So fuck you. You ain't slick. Like somebody, like before I even say anything about role plays, this dude submitted something mad late. I was like, not even saying shit. Like, I'm just gonna submit it late. That's not how that works, motherfucker. You gotta do shit the right way, motherfucker. Anyway. So yes, the road to glory. Sorry about that. A lot going on, as you can clearly see the Adderall's wearing off. I really enjoyed this pay-per-view for a number of reasons. First and foremost, the matches were short. They were highly entertaining from top to bottom. I think the only really complaint I really had was the Jack Mo trance match, and it wasn't a minor complaint. Again, as I said, Jack, you gotta hit the gym a little bit, get her some refresher courses, just a little tweaking here and there. I dug it significantly. But the most important part of it that I enjoyed the most was the fact that it was really potent and potable. Like, it was basically top to bottom. 2 hours, we got in the viewing party. The show been done. The viewing party was bumping. It was great. People was cracking jokes. Didn't matter if you was Xbox, PS4. Everyone was having a good old time. You know, we popped for certain shit. There was a lot of enjoyable shit. Where the fuck was it? Oh yeah, there was a couple moments that were kind of interesting. Austin's double walk up fucking. Discount cutter was a pretty good moment. The main event spot with the cell was fucking insane. You know, the Blackbeard H2O super kick and shit. Like, there's just so much cool shit that y'all doing, and I appreciate it. And I like when y'all come together and, you know, we have fun. And that's generally the idea. Like, I don't like this shit at all. And anyone who knows me knows that. But I like having y'all. Like, you're the community. So when y'all happy, I'm cool. When you fuck up, I'm not cool. So don't fuck up. So I'll say that. What else is on the thing? The conversations we had. I had a couple conversations. How do I segue? It's not a really good segue. It's not a great segue at all. One particular conversation that I had during the week was how Riot is, like, I guess not a serious show. And I'm not gonna put that. Hold on a second. I won't put that person on blast per se, because I don't know if that conversation should be public or private. But they were like, yeah, that's one reason. Like, it's not really a serious show, and there's all kinds of weird gimmicks and this, that, and the third. And then they also like, oh, that, you know, that Turmoil is actually a wrestling show where Riot's just, you know, this kind of weird stuff. And to that, entitled to your opinion, no problem. Everything, or rather, even like wrestling should provide something for everybody. And I feel that OCW, my counter argument was, I feel OCW can provide that as well. Like, Riot might not be as super serious or I guess heavy, like in the dramatics. It's more like this kind of comedy sci-fi kind of thing. But at the end of the day, the matches are really fucking good, most of them. Like, the past two main events have been fucking baller alert. And the Cassidy Mugen match is really fucking good. And last week, what was it, last week or the week before last, the Pew Blackbeard match is really fucking good. Like, these are good matches. So it's kind of strange because on one end, you got this weird Chikara, kind of like Chikara. I can't think of anything else. I don't know. I can't think of any other kind of silly, maybe Kaiju Big Battle kind of thing. just wackiness. But then you have these fucking matches that are like, in our aspect, in the aspect of the competitive e-fetting experience, are fucking top notch, Ring of Honor-ish, fucking Gabe Seltzer, like 5 and 6 star joints, like on a weekly basis. That's really fucking good. So I guess my point I'm making is that you don't have to you don't have to be like Ruthless Aggression, or you don't have to be, you know, NXT, Ring of Honor, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's something for everybody. Like me personally, I find that goofy shit, like it, I'm not gonna say like I'm all on board, but a lot of times like this shit is ridiculous. Like I don't hate it. Again, I don't really hate many things. I always try to find like the good or the funny and stuff. Speaking of funny, shout out to the CJ Riley Quinn Valkyrie thing. First and foremost, we gotta find out motherfuckers can't be sucker punching women on a show. Like Jesus Christ, that shit was crazy. Funny thing, CJ was also like, what do you think? You like our stuff? Don't ever fucking ask me if I like what you're doing, because I'll tell you no just to be a dick. Don't do that. But no, my favorite part of this whole thing is, despite a tight, like this woman, like Valkyrie is like fucking 4'1", getting the shit punched out of her. Beside that, the subsequent role play where CJ's in the parking lot and he finds, like, on some Scooby-Doo shit, Valkyrie's never without her Valkyrie Beats headphones by Dre. Yo, I don't know if that was intentional or not. Maybe that was what Valkyrie was talking about when it came to the language. I don't know who wrote that, but that shit was unintentionally like the fucking son. I almost shit my pants. I don't know why. I just found it to be incredibly fucking funny. She's never anywhere without her headphones. Jesus fucking Christ. Yo, if Valkyrie come back with like Beats by Dre, I'm gonna be disappointed. So please get on that. Someone please do that. Come out with the Beats by Dre joint. But yeah, so I look forward to seeing what happens with that. It kind of sucks because I won't spoil it, but you kind of know where it's going, but it already happened literally on the show. So it's like, fuck. That's my bad for booking that. So whatever. What else? There's a couple things actually. Oh, shout out to, actually I'll get to that in a second if I can remember. Probably not. Shout out to Cass, man. I got my timeline mixed up, so I'm not gonna rehash the timeline because I'm gonna totally fuck it up. But I do remember at one point, Cass being champion was met with a collective, oh well, okay, we'll just have these weird, boring, kicky, you know, you get murdered in 5-minute matches. And Mr. Hayes has far exceeded expectations. While not completely original, the big match Cass thing is humorous. The guy's doing it, man. He's showing what a champion should be, and someone else is showing that as well. Actually, two people, but in I guess a fuller aspect. I'll what the fuck is the word? I'll elaborate on that shortly. But yeah, I just wanted to give him a shout out because I know behind the scenes the amount of work he's putting in and editing videos and playing the stupid game for these weird little cut scenes, and he's going far and beyond, and he's proven to be a really competent champ. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens for Lucian, because again, something we'll get into a little later. That's the new theme. We'll get into that later. You know, everything is kind of all over the place, so we got to narrow it down and batten down the hatches, if you will. I also want to give a shout out to G2 Quartz. He has an angle coming, and I'm pretty sure I got it completely incorrect because I don't know how to read properly at all. But we'll see what's up. But like, I know he's working. Like, I can't really go rookie to rookie. Hey, you're doing good. Hey, you're doing good. Hey, you're doing good. Hey, I'm not fake nice. I'm not gonna send you 1,000,001 messages to see how your tushy is and to wipe your nose. If you come to me, I'll talk to you. I've talked to a bunch of rookies recently. More recently, Mystico, Benji, CJ, Capo. Like, you come to me, I'll talk to you. But for the most part, don't fucking expect me to wipe your ass, hold your hand, fix your towel, clean your nose, pat your head, fix your haircut, take you to school. I don't give a fuck. You gotta do what you gotta do, and I gotta do what I gotta do. So yeah, but I can see you guys are putting in work, and I appreciate that. So I just wanted to let you know that. If you don't hear your name specifically, Capo, you know, you'll be okay. Where else? What's the next bit that I had? I have my notes: conversations, leadership. Yeah, I actually had like a weird a weird comment. Like the guy in my train was hotboxing. If you don't know what that means, he was fucking. We got out like on 125, and I'm like, yo, is the train on fire? Like, is there like a track fire? What the fuck is that? Like, I started freaking out. I'm like, I smell smoke. Where the fuck is the smoke coming from? Oh, that's not smoke. That's chocolate milk smoke. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, he was going on for a minute. And maybe it was a contact high, I don't know, but I'm on the way home on the train looking at the sun and shit is on my face. It's very symbolic. And then I use my technology and I'm like, am I a good leader? Like, it never really dawned on me what the fuck I am here. So I just wanted to, like, you know, get some feedback on that. And maybe it's a little bit of narcissism in me. I don't fucking know. But, and I'll spare you the gory details. But yeah, I think I would say that I'm kind of effective at what I do because we've been doing this for 13 years. And despite the ups and downs, it's pretty consistent. Even now, one of our better years, with all these people, you know, putting in work and doing good matches and just being dope. So I guess the point I'm making is, I guess in the grand scheme of things, I am a fucking leader. I like to consider myself a zookeeper, but I guess leader is also, well, I don't know. I guess I built that equity. Segue. You like that? Yeah, I like that too. A segue, equity. I've been actually pushing that equity verbiage for a while now, and I want it to stick. Equity is important, and I won't reiterate the points I made before, but the TLDR on equity is, you know, people see when you're putting in work, and people see when you're putting on good matches, and over time, that's what, you know, you build that equity, and people can trust you. And people want to work with you. Someone who's actually doing this in the highest capacity that I've noticed is H2O. Now, why do I say that? There was a survey done by CK17, and I got to look at it. And hopefully he posted tonight. I don't fucking know what he's taking so long. I think it's break, so all these teachers should be out, so you should have time to post it. Maybe if you stop dancing or being naked while you're DMing with your door open in fucking sweaty ass Las Vegas, maybe you can get your fucking shit done. I don't fucking know. I ain't gonna tell you how to live your best life. Anyway, so with equity, it's interesting because, like I said, H2O is kind of the epitome of the equity argument, in the sense that the survey reflected some of this, not in the highest capacity, but some. And then the conversations on Riot and the conversations I'll see in discussion, which I'll get to in a second regarding discussion. I need to like kick it up a notch. I know it's hot. Relax. People want to work with this guy. Like a lot of people, like his name keeps coming up. Like, oh, you know, oh. And that's because of the work he's doing. That's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to put in some kind of modicum of work. And then people are going to say, I want to work with that guy. He looks like he has his shit together. That's kind of where you want to be in that respect. I know it's a little different for champions because people want to work with you anyway because you have a fucking championship. So it's like, ooh, hey, man. Hey, baby. Want to go for a ride? No, you smell like cheese. No, I don't. So, but I think he's a really good example of someone who has gone far and away to build his equity both in ring and on the microphone. There's been more than one time where, as I said, he's pretty much been the foundation of Riot, like the people before him have been. And it's both good and bad, because the thing is, you really can't have a show rely just on one person, because if anything happens to that one person, be it RL or burnout or whatever the hell happens, you know, then you got to find somebody else. But that's the beauty about OCW. Excuse me. Much like Jurassic Park in OCW, life finds a way. Like, I know everyone assumed, or actually maybe I assumed that, oh man, we got rid of a cheat, it's gonna be crazy. Nope. Literally 1 week later, and fucking everybody's fired on all cylinders, and people are excited, and people are amped up, and content's still going, matches are still getting done. Some of them need a little work, but you know, they're getting done. Which goes to prove that no man is above, you know, the OC fucking W, which again, shout out to y'all. Good shit. Where else we at? Kind of actually flowing by this motherfucker. Oh, and right, anime, good show, good moves, good matches. Yeah, you should. Excuse me. You should strive to have good matches. And some of you are getting there. Like, I want to do a survey maybe today or tomorrow, trying to gauge, because the discussion of the conversation that I've been having is, like, I always hear it's easy to have a good match in this game. But if you go online, you see that's not the case. In OCW, you have the benefit of experience. So what the survey is going to gauge is, it's going to gauge just how much experience people have, and maybe trying to make some kind of correlation. Like, a majority of the really good matches are from people who've been here for mad years. And I'm talking about minimum 6 or 7 years. There are some outliers. And this is not specifically, Riot or Turmoil. This is just, observations. So I'm trying to see if maybe it's because people are just not used to this competitive environment, or maybe because these games are new to them. Because by the same token, if you look at the analytics, or the hypothetical analytics, all the people who are like, I guess, with the most experience are also, but like a large margin of the people that only play when they have a match booked, or are like halfway in, halfway out. And then the theory is because they've been at it for so long. And that's fine. Again, like, I always say RL before OCW in all aspects. Just let me know what's going on and we good. I have no problem with that. Nothing at all. Like, I know people love to be lazy, and sometimes people are rewarded for that, but not here. And here, you're not going to be a lazy fuck. Because there's been people, like, for example, a guy named Versus hit by a fucking a car, and for some crazy ass reason did his Lucian match. I guess because it was Lucian, and I guess because he was in the main event, but you still did it. There's people like me who, like, I jigged the fuck out of the back of my leg, and I'm just bleeding a pool on the floor. I finished my pay-per-view, taped my fucking leg up. It took mass ER where they gave me, stitches and shit. Like shit, this kind of retarded. You shouldn't really do it anyway. But there's like so many stories of this kind of shit with OCW, because that's how much people like appreciate us, or appreciate, what we do, and, to be here and whatnot. Maybe not so much now, because millennials, lol, lazy. But yeah, the point is, you can't really be lazy here and expect to get over. So if that's your case, you might need to go someplace else. Again, I'm aware of real life situations and everything else, but again, a guy like H2O, 97 kids, 4 different jobs, hardly ever home. Heavyweight champion, highest equity on the goddamn site. So suck my dick. Don't be lazy. Do something. Which is there's a conversation like a guy like Jet, who has the tools, but self-admittedly, that's where it ends. He'll have a really good, convincing role play, and then and it's like, damn, So that's why I think, who was it? There's somebody was on the show like, hey, does anyone need a manager? Yeah, give it to that motherfucker, because he needs a mouthpiece. He gets a mouthpiece, someone he can focus on the fighting, and the mouthpiece to focus on putting the match over and putting the opponent down, and putting his client over. We had that before. We had somebody sharing the whatever, and then running around and saying, "Well, you don't work as hard as I do." Motherfucker, you ain't work hard either. Half time, motherfucker. So yeah, where the fuck am I? Equity, got that. Oh, Riot 500. Yay. Riot 500 has been booked. And if you notice, the card is Fugazi. Fugazi in the sense that, I don't know, man, this site, it really is held together by duct tape, hope, and a little bit of marmalade. It's just ridiculous. Card's done. I'm going to probably redo it in art form, because it's, on my browser, it looks fine, but if you look on mobile, it looks like it was fucking beat up by a small child. And then I tried to redo it on a different day. And on that one, it looks good on my browser, but on my phone, it's like half of it's big, half of it's small. It's fucking, this site is ridiculous. But what it is, what it is. What are you going to do? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Whether you're Turmoil or Riot, if you're an OCW guy, you should probably try to be on that show. That show's gonna have a lot of eyes on it. I'm gonna try to do something special for that. Maybe we'll see if I'm able to, in my human capacity. But bottom line is, if you're there, if you're here, you should probably be there. Something, a line or two, maybe just taking the energy, so you can keep moving. What else we got? Turmoil 200 and pushback date? Question mark, question mark, question mark. All right. So, as I've said many, many times in the past, OCW is millions of moving parts and pieces and bits and bobs and gears and widgets and what's-a-who's-its. Now then, if you notice, next week is no Riot and Turmoil. Let me just double check that. Hey, don't want to do no wrong, big brother. Give me a minute while I scroll through all this motherfucking garbage. Where are we at? Okay. Yes. Yeah, next week there's just Turmoil 198, political thriller. Turmoil Under Siege. I love these stupid names. We have Last Stop, Square Up, political thriller, Generation Defy. I love these dumb. I don't know. This shit makes me giggle. So anyway, yeah. Next week there's no Riot. There's 198. Why is that? So that people have, the Riot guys have time to get their content together and not worry about doing content for a Riot unless it's Riot 500. Now the following week, the week of the April 18th, we're gonna have, or maybe 19th, we'll see, Turmoil 500 episodes, big fucking deal. Again, as I said, you should be there regardless of what brand you're on. You should do something. There's no Turmoil. Why is that? Because right after there's Turmoil 200. Now this is the fuck up. This is the fuck up on my part. I neglected at the last moment. I had decided that I didn't want to turmoil. I didn't want to turmoil on the same week of Riot 500, partially because, it's extra work for people. Then also, I didn't kind of want to dilute, have a really big event and followed by, another event. The problem is that the following week is Turmoil 200. If you notice, I gave Riot 500, a week off. I want to give Turmoil 200 the same week off. So the alternative is there's two things that can happen. I can book a Turmoil for the 20th, which is on the same week as Riot 500, which would kind of undo what I wanted to do in the first place, but it'll maintain the same 27th date. Or I can move Turmoil 200 down to the 4th. And hold on, give me 1 second. I think I'm looking at this incorrectly. Shit, I fucked up again. Yeah, look, bottom line is we might move Turmoil 200 a week in advance. But the problem is that Wrestlution it's going to be May 20th. But because we're fluid, if it's not May 20th, it'll have to be the first week of June, because the following week is the Memorial Day. And you can bet your fucking ass I am not working on a holiday weekend to put up an OCW show. Suck my dick from the back, brah. Not happening. So the only other available time would be the first week of June. I'm not too comfortable with that, if I'm honest. But again, the problem becomes it kind of only gives Turmoil roughly 2 weeks to build to Wrestlution. Now, the only problem that really is for the main event of Turmoil 200. Everybody else should and could have their shit together moving forward for Wrestlution 12 rather. So I think I might just move it to the 4th and give you guys try to give you guys some kind of a day off, or try to work something in there where you guys have a couple extra days to get your shit done to keep it fair. But we'll see how that works out. But as always, I'll keep you guys in the loop. So the TLDR, if I confuse you, is you might, 200 might be moved down to May 4th. Bottom line. As far as the 200 card goes, we got quite a few matches. We still need a couple more, but we got the basic foundation. And there will be a 4-way ladder match for the Pride Championship. What's the Pride Championship? It's a championship from back in CCW. So we'll kind of go with that. We're kind of going at that with that motif. A bit of a reset era, if you will, because to be quite honest, the TV wasn't really in a great place to begin with anyway. So, might as well. start from fucking, start. Both championships have a bit of lineage. CCW has a lineage, and the Pride also has a lineage. If I can remember correctly, we had a couple Pride champions. Who the fuck was Chris Ryder? I think one of them. Kip Conrad. Who the fuck was the other one? I can't remember. There was a couple. But yeah, the belt championship should be posted within the next couple of days. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it like a tournament style. We're gonna have all the listings categorized. You guys can vote whichever one you like, and then we'll chop it down. We'll do like maybe top 10. That you guys vote for the top 10. Then we'll do top 5. Then we'll do top 3, and then from the top 3, we'll just have the champion pick whichever one they want, and they'll debut that at Turmoil 200. We got to get that going ASAP. So hopefully I can remember to do that and be about my business. Okay. So. Speaking of Turmoil 200, that's uses guises Wrestlution, but then there's also Wrestlutions, which is also your resolution. So don't forget about that. As far as Lucian goes, I can tell you right off the bat that we will be having a future investment for Turmoil. We'll be having that definitely. It's going to be, a ladder match. So suck my dick. Again, what are you gonna do? I like ladder matches, and we're gonna have two fucking 4-way ladder matches within a couple weeks of each other, and I don't care. Deal with it. It is what it is, man. You can't, whatever. I don't know if I want to do 4 or 6. Probably just keep it 4, because if we have 6, it's gonna be a clusterfuck, and I'm not really in the mood for headaches or thirst. So we'll see. We're gonna have there's gonna be some kind of contendership for pretty much. I'm sorry. For Pride and what's the other one? And CCW rather. The Riot end is for the most part booked. The Turmoil end, if we want to use percentages, Wrestlution is about 65% booked. 65%. We still got a couple of Riot matches to add, and we still got a couple of Turmoil matches to add. As I said, we're gonna try to include as many people as possible. But again, you gotta kind of work, man. I'm not gonna just put you on to be like, oh, hey man, here you go, buddy. You gotta show me something before then. If you don't want to do that, that's your prerogative. But I would say it would behoove you to do something. Get yourself seen. See what's up. And as I said before, I don't give a fuck about the alt. So you didn't book my alt, and I did a bunch of role plays. I fucking told you you're a rookie and you're not using your main. So suck my dick. I fucking told you. So I'm telling you again, reiterating. I'm reinforcing my verbiage, my vernacular, and what I'm saying here. Please, 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 please. Get your shit going. I know there's a couple things coming down. A lot of Lucian might be a couple rematches as well, but we won't know until that time comes. The artwork is being worked on as well. It's been working on since January, but it kind of took like a little bit of a break because honestly I forgot about it. And the arena is being built. I would like to give you guys 3 to 4 weeks, but in retrospect, you're probably going to have only about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 to get your shit done, because the arena will go up on both PS4 and Xbox One. So just be aware about that and plan your time accordingly. Lucian's my event. I let a lot of shit slide, but when it comes to Lucian, a lot of shit does not slide. So if you really want to see my bad side, please fuck up at Lucian. So here's one thing. Do me a fucking favor, please turn off commentary. Just go into the options and turn it off. That's it. Put a sticky pad, put it on your desk, put it on your chair, put it on your fucking forehead. I don't care where you put it. But Lucian, turn off your fucking commentary. If you don't, you're gonna hear my mouth and it's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be very, very, very spicy, and it might be racial. I might even go there. You McPatty son of a bitch. You're one of those fast guys, huh? Yeah. Also, please do me a favor. It irked me like hell. If you're gonna be on a pay-per-view, don't do those shit entrances. Like if I see like the gamer tag or whatever you want to call the PSN, the PS4 equivalent on the screen at Lucian, that's not gonna be fun for you. So take the time and record the entrance properly, the 2 entrances properly. Do me that favor. Do me that courtesy. When it comes to pyro, and outlandishness, because Lucian is all about pomp and circumstance, you might want to check with me, or you might just want to ask like, hey, is X, Y, and Z taken? Because the worst thing you can do is have this big elaborate dope entrance, and then someone did it like a few matches before you, which has happened plenty of times. So, you know, try to avoid that. If you're a rookie, easy with the fucking pyro. Seriously, cut it out. What else we got? Yeah, basically that. If you got any questions about Lucian, you can hit me up on Discord, because honestly, I'm running out of steam and I'm trying to remember shit, and I still got a couple things to go through. Let's see, Lucian, Turmoil. Yes. I already said don't kill yourself. The Summer Lul. One thing that happens in OCW, and we won't be around the bush, we keep it 100 here. Once Lucian's done, usually we have what's called the Summer Lul. Because honestly, it's hot outside. It's nice to get the ladies are looking great. Your kids want to go to the park. If you're a married person, you know, everyone goes out camping and all that other fancy shit. And hold on, need a sip. So what happens is, you know, they slow down a little bit. Not too much, but here's what I can tell you for the summer. For those of you who are more, I don't know, I guess more savvy or wise or whatever, might help you. The best time to, I guess, kind of, I would say maybe get over or be seen or build up would be the summer. Because a lot of people kind of go into like a hibernation mode, or, you know, half speed, especially up until summer side, because like that's the first summer. Like once summer side hits, then it really gets slow. It really gets kind of like, you know, people are chilling and we're kind of cool or whatever. So after Lucian would be the best bet to strike while the iron's hot. That's when you will have a chance to like do these really good angles, or you know how you have the day after WrestleMania is always like jumping. The week after Lucian is always a time where people can like kickstart dope shit. Most people, some people will take advantage of that. So use that opportunity and use a little bit of information at your discretion, at your leisure, however it suits you. Let's see what else we got. Yes, support our socials. That doesn't go for OCW, that goes for everybody. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, rate, give it a thumbs up. That'd be cool. If you're on the Twitters and socials, show us some love. I am a Luddite. I don't really use socials at all, social media. So all I really do is just post a show, because I don't have the power to spread negative energy, and I'm not specifically inclined to spread positive energy. Like I'll turn on Twitter every now and again, and if I see something like, hey, like heart. But for the most part, not really. So I would ask you, if you are on social media, show us some love, because it helps. Because then people say, oh, what's this about? And then off to the races. So I think that's going to do it for me. I got, what else I got? I got one more thing. I just got to talk. I didn't really talk too much about Riot this past week, and I'm not going to talk too much about Turmoil because I only seen about half of it. I don't know what to make about the Captain Alex versus Ricky match. First of all, it's 20 minutes. It's way too fucking long. You can't. I don't know if maybe I missed it, but I will say this. Alex, you cannot end with a submission. I don't know what the fuck that move is. It looks like it's a submission, but then it also looks like an impact finisher. I don't know what the fuck that move is. It's confusing me, and now it's actually making me angry because I'm confused. And when I get confused, I just get angry because I wasn't raised properly or taught that to deal with my feelings. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck that move is. Relax with the catch stuff, the catch finishes. Usually those are really difficult to counter, so try not to do that. Ricky, if it's fucking like 15 minutes, just take the L, bruh. Just like 20 minutes of this strangeness is not good for my blood pressure. That shit just, now I'm actually kind of mad. It's like, what the fuck am I watching? Like this is like some weird fucking, this is like some weird G.I. Joe porn. I don't fucking, it's like fucking White Dhalsim fighting a fucking midget. I'm just so confused. Just so fucking confused. Please don't do that again ever. Just, bruh, 20 minutes of that? Really? Like, fuck, man. Fucking the tag match last week, main event was like 19 minutes, I think. And that one, let me say that one was fucking strange too, man. Cap comes out, it hits Malou, and then like it just kind of stops, and there's a poster for Capo versus Malou. Like what the fuck? There was no bell ringing. There was no little text that said what the fuck is up. Is it a DQ? Is it a no contact? What the fuck? Am I retarded? I don't know. I missed that completely. That just fucking like don't do that. Don't take the shortcut that way. I don't fucking know. I missed it. I just missed it. Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I gotta look hard. I'm probably dumb. That's what happens. I ain't the sharpest knife in the fucking job. I can admit that. At least I'm not a mushmouth fuckface. It's fucking capo. You gotta fucking do anything to make it do sense. I don't fucking know. So yeah, I just had to get that off my chest because that match was like real. Now I'm really thinking about the Alex Ricky match. That was a shit show and a half. Ugh. And again, Jack Mo, F.P.R, please, just a little bit. Oh, Riot, yeah, the Riot match. I know. Dalk and Quinn. The rushing and the duck unders. So you sporadically just use it. What's it called? What the fuck is the word I'm looking for? God damn it! Not in unison because that doesn't make any sense. God, I just had it. It was on the tip of my tongue and I just forgot it. But basically, the word not sporadically. What the fuck was the word? Measured, maybe. No, with care? No, it's not with care. Maybe we'll go with sporadically. I don't fucking know. Just don't do it a lot. Just dial it back a little tiny bit. That's it. You know, there's a time and a place for everything. Just kind of be easy, relax a little bit. And finally, we got rid of a fucking idiot, so that's good. And the rest of the people are actually great. So shout out to Benji and shout out to Mexico. Y'all good eggs. Just continue to do what you're doing. And that's gonna do it for me. So, in the words of Jim Cornette, thank you, fuck you, bye.
I don't know a person that can make it through the challenges I see on a daily, nigga, you don't know how bad it is. We live in a day and age where they don't know what talent is. Your only talent is mimicking anyone that's talented.